Civil engineers are everywhere. They design and maintain the backbone of society. Without civil engineers, there wouldn't be any of the infrastructure we utilize every day. Roads, bridges, buildings, canals, dams, interstate highway systems. All these things we take for granted in our day-to-day lives wouldn't be possible without civil engineering. Civil engineers have been around for millennia. They designed the Mayan temples, the Pyramid of Giza, and the Roman aqueducts. Civil engineering was the first adaptation of the earliest form of engineering, military engineering. Civil engineering was used to create civilian infrastructure and has since been broken into several subdisciplines. We will look at just three: structural, geotechnical, and transportation. The first subdiscipline we will talk about is structural engineering. Structural engineering is the most common form of civil engineering and has a very broad scope. A structural engineer's main focus is on the structural integrity, function, and safety of a building, bridge, or any other kind of structure. Structural engineers bear the responsibility of making sure a structure is safe and without any structural weaknesses that could lead to costly damage and possibly even loss of life. Structural engineers deal primarily with the design of the structure. They collaborate with other engineers on the project and sometimes even manage labor at the job site. Structural engineering is the core of civil engineering.
Geotechnical engineering is the first step on the staircase to any project's completion. Their job is to make sure that the soil underneath, above, and around a structure is safe enough for the structure to be built upon. They examine the soil and rock types at the build site, the type of rocks inside caves, and the effects that the natural world can have on them. Without geotechnical engineers, basic infrastructure like highways and tunnels wouldn't be safe because no one will be able to know when the soil will become unstable and the structure will collapse and many casualties would ensue. A geotechnical engineer's duty is to investigate subsurface conditions. They conduct field tests, collect samples, perform computer analysis, and predict the effects natural disasters would have on the subsurface. These investigations are used to design and build foundations for buildings, roads, canals, dams, landfills, and hundreds of other construction projects. Geotechnical engineering is literally the foundation of civil engineering.
Last but not least, we have transportation engineers, which is probably the most important subdiscipline of civil engineering. Transportation engineers face the challenge of providing safe, efficient, and eco-friendly modes of transport. They apply scientific theory and mathematical expressions in designing, constructing, and maintaining ways of transport like roads, canals, highways, and railroads for human and good transportation. They also work with transportation by air and even in space. Without transportation engineers, going anywhere would be very dangerous because of the lack of turn signals, road signs, traffic signals, and other advanced traffic control systems. Moreover, traveling from one place to another, be it by road, railway, or air transportation, would not only be unsafe, but also very disorganized and highly congested with traffic. Transportation engineering is clearly an important part of our society today. Like many other types of engineering, there are many high-paying job opportunities for civil engineers throughout the world. Civil engineers can earn a median annual pay of $82,200. However, their salary could range anywhere from $52,900 to $129,850. In 2014, the number of jobs available was 281,400, and that number has continued to grow. Some major companies that create these jobs or hire civil engineers are URS Corporation, HDR Inc., and ACOM Technology Corporation. The highest employed metropolitan areas for civil engineering are Houston, New York, LA, Chicago, and DC. Being an engineer comes with the perk of being a part of an engineering society. An engineer society is a professional organization in which engineers are awarded designations such as professional engineer, chartered engineer, incorporated engineer, etc. Overall, civil engineering is a fulfilling and rewarding career with many job opportunities and a high base pay. So what are you waiting for? Enroll at the Tagliatelle College of Engineering today.